Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest video. And today we're at Warhammer World, we're at the team championship for 40k and this is the team Geeks Wargaming. So Robin is bringing his
Imperial Soup,
yay.
Day.
Yeah, there is a battle report on between me and him. I'm taking the Ultramarine, so there is a battle report with us two on. And we got Matt, who's bringing his
Imperial Soup Mark II.
And Matt, Imperial Soup Mark II, brilliant. And Ed, who's bringing his
very fluffy red scorpions.
Enthusiasm.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Are you awake yet, Ed?
No.
No, I didn't.
It is very early.
It is very
We've only got here 2 hours before the tournament starts because somebody told me the wrong time.
It's an hour before the tournament starts. Thank you.
It's 4 AM. I got in late.
You got in
Endgame.
You got in very late because you went to see Endgame. Oh
Yeah.
dear, no
There was
spoilers.
The slight panic of having to make sure that the new T-shirts fitted and whatnot.
Yes, and all, you know, we have new T-shirts.
So I do apologise to everybody that's here early and the partial nudity and the steamy car and everything.
We are very steamy. This is going to look very bad for people walking past.
Let's rock the car.
Handprint.
So, we can't film in Warhammer World anymore because of new rules here. So what we're going to try and do is, now I'll probably be able to rely on these two in the back to take photos during every single game.
Right.
It might be pushing it for Robin to remember.
You get one, which is deployment.
Everybody gets
It's like, oh look, there's deployment done, and then
He seems to have deployed exactly the same in every single battle.
So, if you can take photos during your game so that I can then interlink them with this. And then what we'll try and do is, at the end of the games, like me and Matt, or me and Ed, or me and Robin, we'll jump out and jump in the car and we'll do it a bit to camera. And just go through as we're going through the 2-day event that's here. 3 games today, 2 tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. We think all the missions are from chapter approved.
They are.
They are.
Approved 2018.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So yes, it's going to be really, really good. So let's head over to game 1. So that's it. That is the end of the first game. I'm being joined by our team captain, Matt. Woo! And we all...
Yeah, well, it was a very good round. I led us all through the 120 minutes time frame from start to finish. We were very valiant. I think we put on a brave front.
But
everybody performed really diligently. Our dice rolling skills were very good. All the dice hit the tables. We held back the tiers. Yeah, and we all lost.
yeah, we did. All 4 of us lost that first game. We was drawn against Tom from Honest Wargamer and some of his mates.
Yep.
Quite a difficult set of lists, wasn't it, realistically? I got NIDS against my Ultramarine Castle. So what happened was, with me, was they moved up halfway up the board. There's an objective in their deployment and halfway point.
So the mission was Beachhead.
That's it,
from
Beachhead.
Chapter approved 2018.
Yeah, so we were playing Beachhead, so they just moved up the board and then for 2 turns ignored my castle and stayed out of gun range. So I had to move my castle forward to get shots off, which I started doing the damage, and I killed his warlord and did a fair bit of damage. But that means I was within charge range of my castle as soon as he got in, and it was just Gulliman and Tigeris alive at the end, and Gulliman was doing what he does best and just going around killing things. But yeah, it was quite a tough game. You had, who was you facing?
So I had a chap called Scott, and he used a pure Nurgle Demon list. And what took me back there was just how quick the Nurgle army is now.
Yeah.
And true to form, I brought a new army, the Celestial Lions with the House Tyrus Knights. And I rolled 1s and 2s consistently. And Scott's dice rolling was amazing. So using the stratagem to pump up their invulnerable save on the big units, nothing but 4+s then.
Yeah.
And any that got through, literally, I know statistically it's a third of them will be saved. It felt like half of them were being saved, were disgustingly resilient. Lovely chap to play against. He played the mission very well. drop these big blobs onto the objectives. My list uses very small, multiple small units, so I just didn't have the numbers there to contest. So the game just completely swung in Scott's favour there.
Yeah.
And by the end of the game, I was left with just the Crusader, stood on top of the opponent's objective, but again, one knight gets outnumbered by 2 Nurgling bases. It's top trumps there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Ed face. What did Ed face? Face?
Deathwatch.
Deathwatch. That was it. But with 4 assassins in.
Yeah.
Which was a bit evil and a bit mean.
Yeah.
And Ed lost his. And then Robin faced Tom and Eldar Harlequins. Ynnari. That was it.
Yeah.
And he lost that as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of. So Robin played next to me. His opponent used a very good, well-built Ynnari list. Again, all the guys who played against, fantastic.
Yeah, really
explaining
good players.
what the list was doing as it was going. But your standard Ynnari list there, blobs of Dart Reapers benefiting from the Soul Burst. And then for the objective scoring side, he had lots of Wind Riders. So sitting back at the start of the game till the numbers were whittling down, and then moving forwards mid to late game to go and steal these objectives.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting how it works, isn't it? Because at the start of the game, we all get together as a team, and then we kind of decide who we're going to face against. We write our names down on cards. So in that one, we had somebody who's going to be a defender, which is me with my castle. So my name went down upside down on a piece of card.
Yep.
And that got drawn. And then they have somebody who's a defender, and that gets drawn. And then we go, right, we're going to put Ed against this.
So what you do is you both players of your team of 4 put down a defender face down. Then you reveal at the same time who's defending. You can look at each of the lists at this point, so you know what you're going up against. Then both teams put down 2 attackers face down, reveal at the same time, and then the defending player says, "Okay, my defending list is playing against that attacking list," and then you pair up that way.
Yeah.
So you can kind of try and scope out who you play against there. When we looked at the list, we wanted to kind of match up a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So we wanted to avoid either of the lists that we've got that got knights, so myself and Robin going up against the Ynnari.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, lo and behold, the way that the draw came was that Robin ended up going against the Ynnari, lots of Dart Reapers.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, 3 knights.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good fun games all in all, but we're going to head over to game 2. We're going to go back up and see who the pairings are in a minute, and hopefully we will do a bit better. So we'll catch you after game 2.
Take care.
So that's the end of game 2, and that was quite an interesting one actually. The 3 of us in the car at the moment all won. There is one person missing who lost because
We've killed him and put him in the boot.
Yep, we have. He's currently dead in the boot of my car. So no, the 3 of us here all won. Matt, you played against...
So I played a chap called Ben who was using Astra Militarum, using Deathcore of Krieg. The mission we played was Narrow the Search.
Yes.
From Chapter Approved 2018. So that is the mission where you have a single objective in the middle of the board. It starts off with an 18-inch control area. Yeah. Every end of the battle round, it shrinks down by 3 inches. And it's most number of models in that area. But you've also got a null zone built in effect there with a 12-inch bubble. Yeah. So no invulnerable saves away within 12 inches. So Ben won the roll-off for going first and whatnot. And he had a shadow sword. So I was bricking it with my knights. And I just passed every single invulnerable save.
Well done.
Outside of the aura, obviously.
Well done.
Yes, I dropped incredibly lucky there. Dropped all the Celestial Lions on the objective and held it consistently for every single round.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ed?
Yeah, pretty much. I played a guy called David. He was using Space Wolves. It was an interesting list. pretty much did the same. Just kind of stayed outside of the 12, keeping cool and alive. Kept feeding my intercessors in. Managed to move my Leviathan to just outside of the bubble, but enough that when the Thunderwolves hit in, they would be inside the bubble, which was really costly for him. But consistently kept the objective, and scored 8. And, lost 8. Well, win 8-1.
And I played Scott and his Drakari and tabled him in turn 6, which I got quite lucky. I say lucky. His dice rolling was hot, and then it wasn't, and then was hot, and then it wasn't, and then it kind of wasn't. He took his Succubus, who has a 2-up invuln save, into my castle, and Daenerys just went null zone, and Gulliman slit her throat with the Emperor's sword and murdered her quite badly. But yeah, we went all the way down to the turn 6. I think he had one Ravager left, and then I destroyed that and with Gulliman and blew it up. So that went quite well. Robin lost to Tau. But he had Tau with some of their platforms with the gun turrets, didn't he? Shield walls as well and things. So it's quite a difficult one for Robin, even with his knights.
He was on about he charged with 2 smash captains. It was Tau Sept, and they just overwatched them literally to death. Dead before they got there.
Which they would have done. So we're on 3 victories now as a team. Really good set of second games. We'll be interested to see who we get for the third games.
Game of the day,
So then, guys, that is it. That is the end of day 1. We've just finished our third and final games. It was a second win for me. I got drawn against another Ultramarines player who had pretty much the same army as me, and it came down who killed Gulliman first.
Mirror match.
And I killed Gulliman first, and I managed to win 8-7 on victory points. So 2 wins on the first day and 1 loss. I will take that. Robin, as you were in the last video, what have you got on today?
Let's just say I am maybe holding up the rest of the team. 2 losses and a draw.
So what he's trying to say there is slowly
I've not won.
improving.
I'm slowly improving.
Slowly improving.
What I'm doing, I'm trying to do it tactically, so we don't accelerate too far up the table.
You lure him into a false
until the last until we all win every game tomorrow.
Exactly. That's what it's going to do.
That won't work, but okay. Ed, how did you get on?
I lost. Should I not be here? I'm gonna... No, I lost. I played a fantastic Eldari player. Guy was amazing. Staffan was such a really fun game. I was completely outmatched.
It was a flying circus list, wasn't it?
It was hilariously good. Though technically, I did win by default as I was losing 16-2. Everything, the entire army was surrounding a single apothecary in the middle of the board.
How many wind riders?
And it was a lot.
About a dozen?
It was a lot. And he basically said, like, you know, if he survives, you win the game. And I was like, yeah, I've got that. And then he survived. And I had to go, no, I'm not going to take the win. I was just messing around. But yeah, technically, I'm on 2 wins. So that's why I'm here.
And so 1 draw, 1 win. Matt?
So I think we should say the mission.
Oh yeah, good point.
Cut off the head.
Yeah, cut off the head.
3 characters get your intel, hold objective in the middle of the board.
Yep.
So mine was the Primaris Captain, Primaris Lieutenant, and the Crusader Knight from the Knight detachment. The opponent I was playing against was a mixed Chaos list, so we had a Blood Letter Bomb in there. He took a Thousand Suns detachment, so he had the Zangor unit of 30 that pops across the battlefield turn 1. The Celestial Lions got bogged down in combat for the entire game against first the Zangor bomb, rephrase that, defeated them in combat.
Yeah.
Then the Bloodletter bomb arrived and hit them a lot in combat as well. There was 86 corpses in the space of a 1 foot square area of the map.
Wow.
His Demon Prince with a 3 invulnerable save charged one of my Warglaves. Proceeded to mock Zinch, rolled straight 1s and 2s and died. At the start of the game, my opponent, Ricky, fantastic guy, really nice, just wanted fun, playable games. So he won the roll-off for going first. I went to seize the initiative, thought, no, I'll offer it to the opponent. I said, go on, use your power as each for me, pick a die. Picked a die, proceeded to roll 6.
Good lad.
If the game had ended on turn 5, would have been a draw, because you'd got Line Breaker and I wouldn't have. Game carried on, I pulled out of combat with the Warglaive, ran it 14 inches, got the Line Breaker, so it was a 5-4 win. So skin of the teeth. Both of us got over 1,400 points for kills. Brilliant game.
So in total, then, as a team, we got 3 victories. We got no victories from the first game. We got 3 victories from the second game.
Yep.
We got two victories and a draw. So we're not doing too bad, I don't think.
Distinctly average.
We are distinctly average.
As average as you could get.
But that last set of games that we just had against the team, because we all 4 of us played all 4 of them. They were a great set of lads. We had, all of us had a great game, and all of us had a really good laugh, and that was a brilliant way to end day 1, I think. And 2 more games tomorrow, and then all the painting awards and all that kind of stuff. But yes, it's been a fantastic day. Really looking forward to day 2. Hi guys, we've just finished game 4. That was actually 4 really good games across the board. Another great team that we got drawn against, and we had a real good laugh. My Ultramarines got drawn against Orcs, which they're kind of geared up against Hordes, but it's just weight of numbers. So I actually lost that game 19-14. But all he had left on the board was 2 squads of Gretchen. That was it.
Yeah, it was the Vital Intelligence mission.
That's the mission.
So it's the one where you roll a d6, and whichever number you get, that objective becomes 2 points, and all the others are 1.
Unless you roll 6, and then they're all double bubble, which we had twice.
That was the one we played in in our practice game. Actually,
it was indeed.
So for Richard's army that wants to just sit in a bit of a castle, it's a little bit awkward. He'd have to break up his castle to get some of those objectives, I guess.
Which I started moving forward about turn 3, and I probably should have moved them forward about turn 2, realistically. But even then, Centurions and Aggressors, they don't move very far, so that slows me down. But yeah, the rest of they were a great game. Literally almost wiped each other out. My assassin actually killed 2 of his characters, which I thought was great. But yeah, really great game. But it's my second loss, so 2 wins, 2 losses at the moment. Ed won.
Yep.
He went to turn 7, which is crazy, in 2.5 hours, and won finally. So
turn 6 he went to. Yeah, it was turn 6.
Oh, that was turn 7, but anyway. Turn 6 is turn 7, but he won, and that's great. That's another win for the team. Matt, who was also on 2 wins, also lost. Now, Matt got drawn against Drukari.
With Talos, with 9 Talos,
which is horrendous list.
It was just like all haywire, and his list, like mine, is quite heavy on knights. He's got some more of the smaller ones, and we're both running Hawk's Shroud, so mortal wounds. When it came down to sort of the pairings, it was kind of like it'd probably be better if maybe Rich or Ed played that, because
I'd have just castled up at the back and just put down a load of shots as they were coming towards me.
Because the mortal wounds could just get rid of me and Matt quite easily. And I think that's what happened by the sounds of it.
But they had lots of double bubbles in there, so Matt actually lost his 38 victory points to 6, which is nuts.
Yeah, I think the first 2 rounds they had was double bubble, and his opponent managed to sit on all of them. Yeah.
So that's the rest of the team done. How did you get on, Robin? Because you've not really won a game. You've drawn 1 and lost 2.
not really won a game.
Well, draw's not a win, is it?
Well, it's not.
It's not.
So, no, I have won now.
Yay!
So I played against a guy called Reese. Really nice guy. He's reasonably new to the sort of. Well, he's got back into the game recently, I believe. So it was one of those games where I managed to seize, and we were on the deployment, which is sort of the pointy one. So we were quite close to each other, 18 inches away. He castled in the middle, and because I seized, and I managed to basically get 2 gallants and a smash captain in his lines on turn 1, and basically, it didn't go well for him after then. But because he was a new player, I was sort of helping him in some of the positioning and giving him some sort of tips and techniques. Nobody wants to get sort of shot or beaten off the table in like a couple of turns. So that's no fun for your opponent, and it would be no fun for me either. So I was trying to sort of guide him through sort of positioning. So it made it sort of actually towards the end, it was quite a close game in terms of sort of the score. I think the last sort of 2 turns it started to get away because I managed to get the double bubble objective twice.
Is important in this game.
Plus I was holding 3 and he was maybe holding 2, and so I was getting 4 for every 2 of his for the last couple of rounds. So I think I finished 21-13 or 14
in the
end,
which is good going.
Like that,
And to be honest, I've not actually gone first in any of these games. I've not seized or anything, and I've had. And I've been the one picking the deployment and been rolling for it, and I've rolled a 1 on every single one. So I've had the same deployment in all 4 games. So we've got 1 game left. I'm hoping for a different deployment. I'm hoping to go first, to be quite honest. That'll be quite nice. But yeah, so we've got a few victories under our belts now as a team, so that's always nice.
But we're still the distinctly average team. We got 2 wins and 2 losses in that round. So
I'm happy with that.
We're now perfectly average. I think we'll be right in the middle of the table.
I'm quite happy with just average, to be honest. And Matt has actually been nominated for Best Individual Army. So at the start of the day, we had to set up all 4 armies for the voting of everybody else to see who wins Best Army. And then Matt has been nominated, I think, by the staff to go through to the cabinets to be voted on for Best Army over Individual Army overall, which is really nice for Matt. It's got some tough competition. There are some stunning armies in there. So yes, it's on to game 5, the last one of the weekend. Can all 4 of us win? Can all 4 of us lose? Hi guys, we've just finished the event at Warhammer World. We've just had game 5. That was really good. 2 days, actually, I have to admit. So game 5, the mission was the 4 pillars, which is 4 objective markers. Troops can only hold them, and if you have more of them, you get a victory point. If you kill more in a turn, you get a victory point. And that's how it kind of goes. I lost. I faced against Knights and Mech, and Gulliman ran around smashing face, to be quite honest, until the very last turn when he died, but I was left with my assassin. So it wasn't a tabling, but I did lose. Rob?
My last game was a game. It's similar to Richard's list. It was a.
So it's not like you used to playing that then.
Yeah. So I kind of knew, but he only had 15 intercessors. I only had 15 troops as well. So I went first, and it was like turn 1. I've killed all your troops, so you can't score any of that. So I just had to make sure that I was killing more units than he was, so I was scoring points and he wasn't. But yeah, really good fun opponent. Really enjoyed that last game as well. Overall tournament, very good. Finished on 2 wins and a draw, so a perfectly average performance there.
Yeah, and I finished on 2 wins. Ed?
The last game was against a really nice Yanari list. The plan was to try and survive longer than 3 turns. I did that, and then I got tabled.
Yay!
But no, it was really good. It was a good list, good guy. It was really enjoyable. I ended the weekend on 2 wins, 3 losses, or really. 3 wins.
It wasn't. It was 2. It was 2 wins and 3 losses. Same as
3
me.
wins.
3. It wasn't. You're not taking the moral.
2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
2.5 wins.
Okay. And then team captain Matt.
So I went against
Captain's performance.
Captain's log. Studying whatever the hell the date is today. So I went up against Gaz, and he was using Tyranids. He was using 2 battalions. One was Kronos with all the shooty stuff in it. One was Kraken with all the close combat stuff in it, as you would expect.
Yeah.
Shed load of Gene Stealers. For the mission, he was in a quite strong position. Gene Stealers as troops, Ripper Swarms as troops as well. But I actually used tactics for the first time in the weekend.
Well done.
Nice, smooth.
I got the choice of who goes first or second. I went second. As is the probably advisable thing to do with the new missions.
Yeah.
What that meant was it put me in a position where I could pick which of the objective holding units to shoot. So whilst it may have looked wasteful from the outside looking in, things like the Armiger autocannons there, shooting in and popping Ripper Swarms, secure me points.
Yeah.
So it was that gradual increase of 1 point every turn there. My intercessors only had 3 scoring units. They got wiped by the Gene Stealers. I counterattacked with the Knights, wiped out the Gene Stealers. So in the end, we ended up with no troops, and it came down to whoever could kill the most units each turn. And luckily, I had the range on that. So hard fought victory in the end, really enjoyable. And for all of us in that, actually, each opponent from that game 5 gave us their favourite game vote and favourite army vote as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which that's what we're here for, you know.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah.
Play the game,
Really good
enjoy
to get
it.
that.
Yeah.
Win or lose, make sure both players are having a good time.
So overall, we placed.
Yeah, so
Matt's got the scores.
Total gaming score of 56 points. The maximum you could have achieved if every single player won every single game, every single round, is 120. So just below middle there.
Yeah. Average
team.
Kill points again. So this is the total points that you kill during the games. We got a total of 22,774.
That's not bad, is it? That's quite good, actually.
So when we go to the main results that are on Facebook now, just if you want to go to Warhammer World and have a look at the Warhammer 40,000 Team Championships, you can see all the scores on there. So the top place team, they smashed every game.
Yeah.
They got a total gaming score of 110. Second place, 84. Third place, 56. So third place got the same gaming score that we did.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show, you know, how pretty close it was in those top parts.
Yeah, it was really close, wasn't it?
But the way the scoring works as well, if you have a look at the event packs that are available on the internet, wherever they are, you also factor in your favourite game votes and your favourite army votes.
Yeah.
Now, when that was all taken into account, out of 30 teams, we actually placed 30th.
Yeah.
Which, you know, different new armies for us guys.
Yeah.
New format we'd never played before. Pretty damn good, to be fair.
We placed 8.
No, we played 8.
What did I say?
You said 30th. Out of 30 teams, you said
we
we placed
placed
30th.
No,
we didn't place. We finished 8th.
8th out of 30.
Out of 30.
You
As
take
you can
that.
tell, guys,
Quite
it's
good.
been a long weekend, and I've got a lot of numbers
Got a
in
lot of
front of me.
numbers,
Yeah.
all the numbers.
And and when it comes down to favourite game votes, we finished second, I think,
Second,
and then
yeah.
favourite army votes, we finished third.
Yes.
If that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So overall, a really good performance from the team. I think we all did very well.
So what we're saying
happy with
is
the 3 of
we're
us.
nice to play.
Not really.
We've got nice looking armies, but we're not very good at
the
playing.
game.
Yeah. Win or lose, we'll do it with a smile and a pint afterwards.
And we might buy you a beer. But yes,
Just chucking it in there as well. So with regards to the competitions and whatnot that run at the side of it, so favourite armies, favourite vote, favourite most sporting, all that jazz. Muggins here got an army nomination.
yes, you did, didn't you? Well done, Matt.
Thank you.
You did. You didn't win.
So I think I finished about 12th place out of the 12 that got nominated. You know, hey?
No.
Still got a shiny certificate to go home.
You did get a shiny certificate.
Caress when I'm lonely at night.
Yeah, so at least one of us has got something to do tonight. The rest of us will probably be redoing our lists. But no, that was a really great 2 days. I think it was actually a really good performance from us. It's the first time we've actually been in a team event as a team as well, the 4 of us. I think we worked quite well. I like the format. You're all on the same tables as well against the opposite team, which means the banter's really nice between you all and you're having a really good laugh. And the way that you determine your players with writing your names down on cards and all this kind of stuff, it worked really well. And overall, it's been a great experience and we'll definitely do it again. But yes, well done, guys.
I think it's worth
well
pointing
done.
out there as well that because we crashed out in round 1, we literally 0 scored it.
If we'd have done something there,
that dropped us right down the tables. But then we did really well in round 2, which put us mid-table, and that's where we stayed for the rest of the games. And the discussions we had with the teams that we played in those were they were of the same opinion. You know, they're here to have fun, enjoy it. So they know the rules. You know, you don't have to take your time. They're not slow players. They know what your army does, or at least have a rough idea. So they're not questioning every single rule. The game flows well. You're playing it for those cinematic moments,
which we had quite a lot of, actually.
Things like the Guilliman off that you had.
Killing the succubus when she had no invuln save because of
the mound of 86 dead models in a 1 foot radius for me was probably my favourite moment of the weekend. And it's those that will, you know, they stick with you. And they encourage you to come back and play again.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks for watching, guys. Well done to us for finishing 8th. I will definitely take that. But yes, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. What do you think to our performance? Do you think we could have done better? Matt's got another thing to add. Go on, Matt. Go on.
So also put in the comments if we're probably going to do this again at some point, and you get bonuses for army themes. So it's probably worth, you know, you guys. What would you like to see us do? You know, put in the comments what kind of theme would work for a 4-player team with us.
Considering 3 of us have orcs,
I'm not doing an orc army.
Then we get rid of Robin and we find
not doing an orc army.
We get rid of Robin. We'll find somebody who's got
who
orcs.
Will we replace Robin with?
Yes.
You decide.
Comment below.
I'll take Richard's army and we'll replace Richard.
No.
Yes!
Definitely not. But yes, thanks for watching, guys. Please leave us a comment who we can replace Robin with when we do an orc theme army for this event next time. Please like, share and subscribe to this video. It does really help out the channel. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.